presentarles diferentes escenas, casos, y después de cada caso se van a poner en grupos y discutir cómo responder a cada caso. So, si el caso está bien o si el caso está mal.
Scene. We start the scene off with our lovely young applicant. He looks like he's trying to fill out a job application.
First name, Danny. Last name, May. Age 20. Email address, SOTBI2012@gmail.com. Any additional comments? I wonder if I should put that I have a disability.
Now, please, you all, discuss to see if he should or should not put that he has a disability. You will all have about a minute to discuss this.
So básicamente, para esta escena, el entrevistador está llenando una solicitud. Y una de las preguntas en la solicitud es si debe de decir si tiene una discapacidad o no. So, ¿piensas que debe decir que sí o que no? Pueden discutir eso. Por un minuto.
You all have 10 more seconds to discuss. All right, time's up. We need 2 brave volunteers to share their opinion about whether Danny should write his disability on there.
Necesitamos 2 voluntarios que nos digan si Danny debe de poner su discapacidad o no.
Danielle.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
We heard, was it Teresa?
Teresa was our first one.
Wait, is Juan Carlos? Hold on, you'll be getting a microphone and please hand the person your raffle ticket if you would like to join our raffle.
Yes. Yes, I think you should put the application, the disability on that.
Teresa thinks he should put the disability on the application.
Did Danielle say her name?
Yes.
She did.
All right, next volunteer is Danielle to provide her response. Give one.
I have to come to you.
And don't forget to say your reasoning as well.
Oh, that's right.
Teresa, why do you think that they should put the disability on the application?
It's not that the employer knows that he's more likely to accommodate him.
Gotcha.
But
Teresa dice que sí debemos de poner la discapacidad porque le pueden dar más acomodaciones.
Danielle next.
Testing. Okay. I think that it is a great idea to disclose your disability on your job application and also in the interview in itself, just so that the employers know how to properly assist you. And I feel like a broken record. Someone already said that. Because if you don't disclose your disability and you walk into the job not disclosing your disability, you're not going to have a great outlook on your employers / colleagues if that disclosure isn't used. So it's a good idea to disclose, and I suggest that he discloses.
So, now Karen, what do you think? Karen Arcos. Just in case there are many.
Antes de que yo responda a este escenario, iba a traducir lo que dijo Danielle anteriormente. Sobre lo que ella dice, ella también está de acuerdo, cree que uno debe de explicar, de decir que tiene una discapacidad, para que así, si uno no lo dice, ni el que lo está empleando a uno, ni su jefe, ni sus colegas de trabajo van a saber, no se va a ver muy bien. Y nosotros, para responder a esta pregunta, creemos que no hay una respuesta correcta a esta pregunta. El aplicante, el solicitante que está aplicando para ese trabajo es el que debe de decidir si sí quiere decir que tiene discapacidad o si no quiere decirlo. To respond to this scenario, we agreed to say that there's no correct answer to this question. Each and every applicant has the right to decide whether or not they choose to disclose their disability.
I can complete the essential functions of the job.
So, en esta escena le preguntan al solicitante si su discapacidad va a afectar su trabajo. ¿Esa pregunta es apropiada o no? So basically the question is it an appropriate question to ask whether their disability will hinder their performance? So you have 1 minute to discuss this. Tienen 1 minuto para discutir esto.
You all have 10 seconds.
Tienen 10 segundos.
Yeah, I've been.
Okay guys, time's up. El tiempo ya se acabó. So, any volunteers? ¿Hay voluntarios? ¿Padres también? Naomi.
Jennifer and I decided that it seemed like an appropriate question, but we feel like it could have been phrased better. Like instead of saying that, could have said like, "Oh, is there something that we can help you with to facilitate?" Or like that way, that would kind of imply if you needed help to do the task or not.
Naomi dice que pudieran haber preguntado la pregunta diferente, le pudieran haber preguntado como ¿cómo te puedo ayudar? Algo así, no si tu discapacidad va a afectar tu trabajo. Podrían haber preguntado cómo podemos ayudarte para que hagas tu trabajo mejor, algo así. So ella dice que la pregunta no es mala, pero la pudieran haber hecho diferente.
Yo creo que, bueno, la pregunta, estoy de acuerdo con la cita, está quizá mal enfocada, pero creo que no sé si sea correcto, pero a la gente típica también se te hace tipo de preguntas como hay algo que interfiera en tu persona para que trabajes con nosotros en esta compañía. Creo que hasta cierto punto válido también, solamente es la forma en que se podría redirigir la pregunta, y entendiendo que Dani está capacitado para trabajar en esa compañía previo que está aplicando a ello. Entonces sí, creo que es un tanto no bien hecha la pregunta, o no podría ser, digamos que no es correcto, pero pues a la gente típica también se le pregunta ese tipo de cosas y no tienen discapacidad, y también respondemos en qué forma podemos servir a esa compañía mejor. Gracias.
He basically agreed with Naomi, that's Carlos' father. He basically agreed with Naomi, saying that the question, it wasn't like a horrible question, but it wasn't appropriately asked. And he also pointed out that they asked the same question of able-bodied people, so yeah.
La pregunta puede haber estado mal hecha, pero lo más importante es la respuesta que hubiera dado el joven que estaba yendo a aplicar, la persona con discapacidad. Hubiera dicho, mi discapacidad tal vez podría ser un impedimento, pero yo no creo. Si ustedes me dan el entrenamiento necesario y unos días, yo voy a poder sacar el trabajo que me están pidiendo hacer.
So she says that the question might have been inappropriate, but it doesn't matter. It depends on the person who answered the question, how they phrased their answer to that question. So he could have said, maybe my disability does hinder my performance, or according to you it does, but I don't think it does. I might be a good asset to the company. So it really all depends on the confidence that that person has in himself. The training, that type of thing. Any other volunteers? ¿Otros voluntarios? ¿Una más? Y gracias por contestar otra vez.
I think that as long as the person can get the job done, I guess it really doesn't matter if the disability affects him or not, or her.
What's your name again? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Michael?
Michael dice que casi lo mismo que la mamá de Naomi, que depende la persona. Can you repeat what you said again, please? Michael?
It doesn't matter if you're able to perform the job.
Yeah. Que no importa si tiene discapacidad, nada más importa que puedes hacer el trabajo. Yeah. Perfect. ¿Una persona más? Aide.
So I have to agree with everything that has been said so far, but I do feel it's important to point out that employers are looking for people who are willing to explain to them how, if they need accommodations, what these accommodations are, and they need to be competent. They need to appear that they are competent at whatever job that it is they're applying for. So I was applying to be a mentor, and I was applying to be a tutor for Spanish, for students who were studying Spanish at my college. And the only thing that I couldn't really do was grade homework, because that's something the tutors do.
So Aide dice que sorry, keep going.
Okay. So you need to appear competent. So when you're explaining, well, oh, come on. Just make me shut up now. You need to appear competent and explain what kind of accommodations you might or might not need, and in which situations those accommodations would be necessary. And the question is usually phrased, what kind of accommodations might you need in this job to do your job correctly?
Okay, so básicamente dijo que necesitas tener confianza en sí mismo, so tienes que explicar cuáles acomodaciones necesitas, cómo pueden trabajar contigo, etc. So, ella usó el ejemplo que habló en el panel, que ella era una tutora de español y les explicó que la única cosa que no podía hacer era calificar los papeles.
So I think that you all gave wonderful feedback and input to each other, which is great. That's why asking your peers are so wonderful. They have such great suggestions. But taking into a summation of what everyone had already said about the prior question, it is true that employers are not legally, by law, allowed to say, will your disability alone hinder your performance? Because that is a discriminatory question.
Dice que la ley dice que no deben de preguntar eso porque es una pregunta discriminatoria. Disculpa. So, eso dice la ley.
And that is the same as if somebody asked a parent, you have children, I noticed. Will they hinder your performance?
Eso es lo mismo que le preguntan a un padre, tienes niños, ¿verdad? Eso va a afectar tu trabajo, ¿verdad?
And like a few of you have already said, the employer could have asked it in a more polite and beneficial manner by addressing what accommodations might you need.
Y como muchos de ustedes dijeron, el entrevistador le podía haber preguntado en una manera más apropiada.
However, as individuals with disabilities who are or will be entering the workforce, we also have to understand that not all employers have exposure to what language and what types of questions to ask to a person with a disability.
Pero también tienen que entender que en el mundo del trabajo la mayoría de los jefes y todo eso no tienen experiencia con discapacidades, o probablemente te van a preguntar eso.
So it is also our responsibility, as much as theirs, to make sure communication is clear, and for us as individuals with disabilities to bring up any concerns or resolve problems in advance. For instance, if employers seem hesitant, say I have assistive technology that I can use to navigate web pages.
So, nuestra responsabilidad también ayudar a las personas que nos están empleando. So, como Anne usó un ejemplo de si sabe usar páginas del internet, ¿cómo lo va a usar? Ella dijo que ella tiene un programa en su computadora que le lee lo que está en la pantalla de la computadora. So, básicamente tienes que resolver los problemas antes de que ocurren. Eso es lo que estaba diciendo.
So to sum it up, most employers are willing to work with you on seeking out accommodations if we are knowledgeable about ourselves, about what we might need.
So, básicamente, las personas si gustan trabajar con ustedes, nomás tienen que decirles cómo trabajar con ustedes.